Denise, we're here at the Impact launch of Birmingham 2026, almost a year to go now. How excited are you for that event, a year's time?
I am so excited. I mean, I can't begin to tell you how excited I am. As most people know that this is my home for so many years, my club, Birchwood Harriers, but the first time the European Championships will be held in Birmingham. It's immense. So the Impact launch is so much more than just what is going to be happening on the track. It is about the legacy and how we can sustain that level of engagement with the communities and build communities to maybe change behaviour and how they think about their own health and well-being. But the jewel in the crown, the sort of the epicenter will be a fantastic championships that we hope the community can get behind and engage with.
I mean, it's the first time the UK is going to host the European Championships. Can you believe that? It seems like it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I mean, we've hosted such great championships over the years, the UK that is, World Championships, Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games here in Birmingham in 2022. So the final bit in that jigsaw puzzle, I guess, will be the European Championships. And yeah, it feels weird to say that, but I guess we forget that getting these things across the line is not always easy. But once Birmingham put in for the bid, they just that momentum ramped up. And I think it just shows that people trust the UK to be able to host events and do it well, and I'm sure Birmingham will deliver upon that as well.
I mean, what do you think it'll further do for the sport? Because we've got this now next year. We've got the Commonwealths, of course, in Glasgow too next year, and then there's that bid for London as well for 2029. It seems to all be happening at the moment in the UK.
Yeah, it sort of just solidifies that pipeline of athletes who are already in the system thinking about just marking their cards and marking their diaries, like, you know what, in 5 years I can be competing there, or in 3 years I can be at these championships. And so it gives impetus to what they're doing, it gives motivation, and the wider sort of workforce and volunteers that love championships, that really do want to be involved, they have that opportunity too. And so for athletics, it keeps us on the map. It's as we know, as an Olympic sport, we're the #1 watched Olympic sport, but getting people through the door into the stadiums, we know we can do that too. The Diamond League in London proved that only a week ago, just over a week ago, and as we fast forward to a year from now in Birmingham, we know that our communities in and around Birmingham and the West Midlands and beyond will hopefully come through the door and enjoy fantastic standard of athletics.
And in terms of the athletes themselves, I mean, they had a great European Championships last year, and I guess next year, there isn't an Olympics, there isn't a World Champs, so perhaps the turnout will be even greater than it was before. What do you think that'll do for them to be back here?
Well, I was in Rome for those European Championships, and we know that it probably was a bit light on the ground in the stadium, but there was the standard of competition in Europe is really fierce. It's got stronger over the last few years, and so having the championships again for our British athletes on home soil, and for the wider European community who love to compete and challenge themselves, they will enjoy being here in Birmingham because they know that the support will be there. And so again, it is about marking a diary and aiming high. Everyone wants a title, everyone wants to have all of those accolades, and become a European champion is what is part of that jigsaw, as I said. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. We've got some great athletes coming through the system right now. Just look at the standard of performances we've already witnessed from our youngsters. They could be here next year.
We of course have the British Champs as well this weekend. I mean, do you think that will set the scene a little bit, back here at the Alexander Stadium, set the scene for next year's European Champs?
I just think people like competing in Birmingham. The track is quick, the environment is healthy, it's well organised, and I just think people, it's funny, athletes and most sports people, they pick and they know venues and they go, Birmingham, we know what we're getting. It's tried and tested, and so that, I think, elevates people. They've got a great warm-up facility, and I just hope that the athletes competing here will just get a taste and a sense of what it could be like competing at the European Championships. And some of them would have been aware of Birmingham and what happened at the Commonwealth Games, whether they managed to make the teams or not, but they know they can cite something now, and I think that's very exciting.